Let's do it! Friday! Open that grindhouse! Open those doors! Now! Let's do it! Friday! Open that grindhouse!
Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm and if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack.
It's turbo time. It's turbo time.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
Where's the lamb sauce? Where's the lamb sauce? Where's the lamb sauce?
What's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Grindhouse is open. Let me make sure I got this audio check. Oh my gosh, it took forever for my my application to open up. There we go. All right, let's make sure that's there. There we go. Oh, I want to make that go red line. No red line. What's up, grinders? How's everybody doing? Shout out to everybody coming in. Harry Tran, Robert Lawrence, Ice Queen, Twisted Sink, Akaros. What's up, man? Yes, catching it live. This is for my folks overseas, man. You guys can hear it now live. Getting that afternoon in there. You know, so hopefully everybody from UK, everybody where you are on the other side of the globe, if you could be listening live, that'd be great. Hit that like button. If you're new on the other side of the globe, subscribe to the Gaming Grindhouse. This is a Grinds Bite, and or Gaming Bite, whatever the hell I call it, just the GB. And it's been a while since one of these. That's right. That is right. It's been busy. What's up? Yo, what's up? Rob Gaming. Let me do some shout outs here. Stonewall VIP Grinders in the house. Diablo Doc Manda, Zero Steel. Robert Lawrence, what's up, man? RPG 88. Neil, what's up, Neil? Hold the line. Hold the line. Isn't always on time. No, I think it's hold the line. Xbox games are not always on time. Do-do-do. Oh, no. There's some remix right there for everybody. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. D.E. What's up? Not D-Biatch. It's D.E., baby. That's who it is. Guy with an opinion. That's right. That's who I like right there. DeFloyd, what's up? How you doing? Nick, what's up? Did I get... Oh, yeah. Spider-Man, yo, did I get the plates? No. The plates were sold out. The Spider-Man 2 plates were sold out. But I did get the controller. I think the controller looks awesome. Devin got that controller. Nice. Ozon TTV. He's catching me live. That's right. Nah, man, got you live, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, so I got the controllers for Spider-Man 2. Got the controller. The console's still up there for sale, so if anybody needs the console, don't go to the scalpers that are charging $1,000, $1,500 for the Spider-Man one. What's up, Crooked? Happy weekend to you, man. You know, so go get it there. It's $5.99 over there on the thing. Yeah, Neil said at the splash pad. Dude, I'm going to the amusement park later on today, man. It's a hot day up in the Northeast. I'll tell you that. Go out there, get some barbecue. I'm going to get grill marks on my ass. Oh, damn, pause. I feel bad for those in Arizona, man. That's when you're really cooking. You go out there, you get grill marks on you. But it's like that in the Northeast right now. But yeah, the controller looks awesome. I was happy the controller was in stock. So I got the controller. The Spider-Man console's still on sale for $5.99 there. But the plates are sold out, dude. Plates are sold out. I'm thinking about making my own friggin' plates. I got one of those Cricut machines. I could print out something and make my own plate. I got 3D printer, make some Spider-Man logo or something. I don't know. I might make my own. I got the black plates. But I think, you know what? I think those plates will come back in stock. Yes, I'm going outside, Ryan. Yes, I've been doing that a lot more, man. Doing my walks, walking around. It's amazing how better you feel by just doing a walk around the block a couple of times, or stretching it. I got one of these watches. I didn't get the Samsung watch. It isn't very expensive. I got this, what is this? The T2, the Terminator. No, it's like one of those Amazon watches from, what the hell are they? It's actually a pretty damn good watch. It was only $90, and it does everything the watch does. I forgot those does. It's the T2. It's like one of those, I don't know. It's one of those Amazon watches. Been doing that. Doing my walks. Making sure I do that. It's amazing. And then eliminating all the friggin' breads. You know, it's Italians. It's hard to do breads, you know? It's hard to not eat pastas and breads and, you know, sandwiches and all that other stuff. But I eliminated that stuff for last week, man. I feel great. Last few weeks. Get that crap out of there. In moderation. Yeah, Fitbit. Dude, I'm telling you, get one of those freaking watches, man. It tells you to get up, walk around. And then I've been doing the VR too, man. I've been doing, I tell you, if I can't get out, I do the what is it? The Sync Riders. I do that. It's good stuff. I know. Herman Holtz split plates. I should make one. I should make a Herman Holtz split plate. He might sue me because, hey, you cannot use my image. You grind it. You cannot use it. Hit that like button, grinders, as you come on in here. We're just going to be shooting the crap today. But definitely big news came up this week. A couple of things we'll be covering today. We'll definitely be doing the PlayStation sales. Definitely related to Xbox because, you know, they don't want to say that. They want to pretend, oh, just celebrate the PlayStation sales. Don't mention an Xbox. No, that's what we do here. It's competition. You want competition? You've been asking for competition? Well, this is where we show the competition. All right? There's no out of sight, out of mind over here. And then we'll jump into the Ratchet and Clank thing, but I think that's foolishness there. And great game, incredible game. But the coping and the craziness that went on there with Ratchet and Clank, we'll mention some of that. Then we'll just go through the Twitters, and Bootleg Jez wrote something, so we could go over Bootleg Jez and see what he wrote over there on Windows Phone Central. I call them Windows Phone Central over there. So a couple of things. We'll be chatting up, hanging out here. Hit that like button, grinders, as you're coming on in. Share it out because not everybody knows I'm here, on the Friday. But we'll just be messing around, hanging out there. Hit the join button if you want to be there. If you want to be with these fine people. What people am I talking about? I will show you what people I'm talking about. Oh no. That wall is getting huge. VIP grinders. This wall. Hit that join button and you'll be on this wall. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this wall. Here with the VIP grinders and the Herman Holtz quality splits. That's right. You could be here with me, potting with the VIP grinders. That's right. Phil and his goddamn donuts and his fat bastard refrigerator. Keep that outside. In here, we're doing quality splits. quality plates coming to your PlayStation. That's right. When I think about quality, you think about Herman Holst and his splits. And that's where we're partying here. And I make sure everybody, especially our good friend True Virgil, is hanging by my balls. So he gets a sense of the quality. Nuts in his face, pose. But anyway, the VIP grinders are there. The wall is growing. I don't know what to do anymore. But shout out to everybody there. Partying with the Herman Holst. Thank you, Herman. Thank you, Mr. Herman. Quality in there. But yeah, you know, the thing is too, it's with the it's weird. So I just said I couldn't do another emoji. I wanted to do another emoji for the show, at least for Monday. But you like that headlock emoji? That's right. That is Double J. That is Jim Jarrett giving Phil Ness the headlock. Yes. Neil's not on the wall. Come on, Neil. Well, I'll make a note to add you to the wall. Neil, what do you mean Neil's not on the wall? Neil, you got to be somewhere on this goddamn wall. Well, you know what, Neil? Just because you're grinding your gears, I'll add you to the friggin' wall. Make sure that you're on there. I thought you were on there. I must have typed you 20 times. Better not be a joke. I see Neil on there 20 times. I'll put Neil. Neil, I'm putting you on live, so you don't have to say anything anymore. Okay? I got you. It's hard to keep track. They don't make it easy over at YouTube with this. There you are. There you are, Neil. There you are. Oh, what a great name. The first super chat of the day. Why not? It's coming from Strong Jawline Herman. Are you playing Remnant 2? No, I have not purchased that yet, Strong Jawline Herman. I know you can give me a quality kick in the face, but I did not play Remnant 2 yet. I've been debating whether to buy it. I keep jumping into... You know what I wound up playing again? You know what I wound up playing again? I wound up playing friggin'... I was going back to Lost Legacy, dude. I was playing Lost Legacy again, dude. I'm bad. I got Final Fantasy to finish, Dead Island 2, and I wanted to play Remnant 2. I just... guys, I am not... Damn, I gotta get off of this thing here. But I am not into the Souls type games. Like if I'm getting beat, like I just kind of get ticked off. Nobody has to, I immediately think of my my clip here when I'm like, things are being cheap and I'm dying
just made the list
for no reason.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I do some of these.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Is it that hard? Robert, is it like a Souls? It has Soul structure, but is it difficult or is it fun?
You
or is
just
it like
made
cheap?
the list.
There's not no cheap kills or anything like that, right? Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm going to get the game and then going to be something this. Yo, shout out to Maniolos. He's going
You just made the list.
Woo! He just added VIPs to the wall. Add them to the wall, to the club. Twisted Link, see? I have people twice, dude. I'm adding people every freaking week. You guys are awesome with the VIPs.
You just made the list.
I've been adding people left and right, man. But thank you, Maniolos. 5. Yeah, they said YouTube says I got to hit 125 members. Right now we're at 107. I don't even know where my measuring thing is.
You just made the list.
If I get 125, then so it says I need about 22, and then I could get that new emoji in there locked in because they play that game like that. But Maniolos, thank you so much. We're on our way there. So with 5 there, we need another 15 to 20 by next time. I'll get another emoji on there. We'll get that emoji for everybody there. And we'll let the VIPs kind of vote. Maybe I'll do a couple of emojis and I'll put them in the VIP message. And then you guys can vote which emoji you want. So I'll do a couple of emojis and let you, the VIP grinders, vote on what the next emoji should be for the Gaming Grindhouse. I'll make a couple of them, a few of them, and I'll have you guys vote on them on that one. But let's welcome all the new VIPs. Let's see if I get them all here. Oh, my goodness. We got this thing that come on. Wait, hold on. Here it is. We got, Yo, thank you, Lord Hog, with a Gaming Grindhouse gift. Thank you. Oh, Papa Shango. Oh, I meant Papa Shango, man. Good wrestler there. I'm loving Ratchet on my deck. Well, good, man. Ratchet's an incredible game. I didn't even try it on the 8. Well, I'm not buying it again. I almost platinumed it on PlayStation. I got 2 more trophies.
You just made the list.
Yo, Maniolos, you don't have to do it all yourself, dude, but thank you so much, man. Maniolos, another 10 VIP grinders. Make sure you activate. if you want to be a VIP when the awesome VIP grinders are giving out subs, just make sure that you have it turned on and allowing gifted subs. So just make sure you do that. But shout out to all the VIPs coming on in. Oh my goodness. Gamer Alight, Ryan Lands is back. Ice Cream Gaming is back to being a VIP. Who else do I get on here? I got to do shout outs here. Matt Martin, Leech, back to being there. Thank you from Maniolas. Let's see if I get it.
You just made the list.
Sprinting Snail, Cridge 91, Big Turbo 20. See, you guys, I'm glad you guys overseas. If you're overseas, getting that VIP live. Captain Crunch, bruh, man from the 5th floor. Shout out to you, man. He's on the sponsor on the wall. I got to add a bunch of new people now. But thank you, Maniolas. Thank you. That's a true VIP grinder right there. Thank you again, Maniolas. So,
you just made the list.
Oof. Jericho's going wild over here. I got to take a drink. Nah, I appreciate it, Maniolas. Thank you, man. And thank you also to, who got the Lord Hogs?
You just made the list.
Holy Jesus, Brian M. Jeez, you guys really want that emoji. Oh, no. And Brian M. with the 10 months, yo. He goes like, he's at the VIP. He goes perhaps a goggle emoji. Oh, with a little bottle of mouthwash. And we know that means, oh, man. Yes, that's a good idea, Brian M. I might add that one. Dave Rock. What's Dave Rock?
You just made the list.
Oh, Dave, you got added too? Man, I can't. Let me change this stupid YouTube chat. Is it giving me the? It won't list them in the fan thing. Jesus. Did Dave Rock get in there? What's
you
up
just made the list.
Dave Rock, shout out to you, man. I will do Twisted. You know what? I gotta do a gift. Twisted. Remember when I think I gave away a used Xbox Live card. I didn't know if it was used or not. Oh, Robert, I don't know if you just came in. I'm gonna do the next emoji. I'm gonna do a few of them, and I'll have you guys vote on what the next emoji will be. So that's what I'll do.
You just made the list.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'll do like 3 different emojis, and I'll have you guys vote on. I'll give it to the VIP community chat there and do that one. But JX Gaming, what's up, man? How you doing? He goes, what? We need the Grindhouse pool. Yo, you know what? Let's do it. Buck Roger, he put it in the comments, dude. He wanted to see where the pool was. Shout out to him. Stonewall 1892 with a 5.
Just made the list.
Holy Jesus. You guys want that emoji? All right, now they can put me to work this weekend. AK247 Gaming became a sponsor. Horatio Ward is a VIP. Hyper Whom 19 JK Gaming UK is a sponsor. Oh my, Crooked Vulture is in the house. My goodness. JK Gaming got you listed there twice. What's going on? A Moody Mouse. That's a good idea. I just made it. There you go. You made the list stream. I know. Yes, you just made the list. Oh, man. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about there. Oh, no. James Gaming, he wants the pool. Dude, it's hot here. You're right. Let's go. You know what? Let's take this Grindhouse. Let's go to the pool for this one. Because we got to celebrate. This is a pool party. Because we got to see how Sony dropped this news, right? So let's go to the pool. Let me go. Let's go to the pool. Let's go to the pool. Let's go. Get your bathing suits on. It's hot. It's hot. Get in that pool, grinders. It's a pool party. Woo-hoo. It's hot. Get in that pool. We're taking this to the pool. We're going to the pool house. We're going to the pool house today. It is hot. It is a hot one. You're right. It is hot. It's fire. It's on the. Jesus. Like you just made the list. Holy crap.
You just made the list. We're
at the pool today, man. Get to that pool house. That's right. So, yeah. So first let's get into the Ratchet. The Ratchet.
You just made the list.
My God. I can't get over it. You just made the list. He keeps interrupting me. God damn. He interrupted me. You know what? I'm going to give him an interruption.
You just made the list.
So let's start with the Ratchet stuff. Let's get into this Ratchet stuff. So apparently, Ratchet and Clank, right? Oh damn, what's Frog doing? What's he up to? Frog, yeah, Frog didn't get. Oh, Frog did get the LeBron James. Shout out to you, Frog. Frog got the LeBron James, but he got the controller. Yeah, me too. I'm just gonna tell him. Only the controller, Frogs. Plates are sold out. Everybody went after those plates, dude. But yeah, it's a hot day, man. The pool house. So what's going on with this Ratchet? So apparently Ratchet, everybody was remember I brought it up on this show before, right? I brought it up on this show before, and you know, the amazing thing is that on the Ratchet specs, they had SSD wasn't required but recommended. They could do it on a hard drive. So what do you think everybody did when Ratchet released, dude? Now Frog already got him. He said he got the LeBron James. He said he got him already. I saw Persona got him too. Dude, they look pretty awesome. They do look pretty cool. But I said, okay, PC Master Race, what you gonna do? They're going to go buy the game and then going to go run it at the lowest possible specs they can to prove that Sony lied. What are we doing here? Master Race. Master PC Race. What? You are really running these things at the slowest possible, lowest 720p, old-ass hard drives, 5200 RPM hard drives, to prove that Sony lied, that this game needed the SSD. Well, slap in the face, because they showed, people showing, these channels were showing, that the load times were actually been better. Well, first off, the game ran like trash during a PS4, using that hard drive for the PS4 hard drive, showing that, listen, it could run. And this is the thing. People mistake for not being, see, this is what grinds my gears. So this is going to grind some gears right here at the pool house. But people mistake built for the PS5 versus it can't run anywhere else. When it says built for the PS5, that means the game was built with the architecture of the hardware in mind and optimized for the hardware. Optimized. Like, that should be a key word. It's not capabilities with PC gaming. It is optimization. How well does the game utilize the resources of the PC to run the game as the best it can? And we know with all the Windows hubbub and all different updates and driver updates and all that other stuff, optimization could be messed up. But when PC world, don't talk about capability. It's more about optimization. Because I am sure your machines are plenty capable. And that's why when a game comes out and it doesn't work on your 4090 or it doesn't run well, it is not the capability of your machine. It is the optimization of the software. And again, it's very hard as a PC gamer to get ultimate optimization given the amount of variables of PC hardware. Driver updates, CPU, RAM, brands of graphics cards, brands of hard drives, brands of operating system updates, everything that gets in there. Are you running other applications? What's your utilization? Where your there's so many variables. So optimization is the point of PC gaming. It's not capabilities. So don't get upset when a game is better optimized than on your Frankenstein hardware, because that's exactly what PC is, a Frankenstein. It's a bunch of pieces of hardware from brands, varying quality, varying names, varying numbers, all put together and held together with the worst glue possible, and that is Windows. It is like using goddamn Elmer's Fudd glue when you should be using goddamn gold, some friggin' Gorilla Glue. So unfortunately, Windows is a thing that's putting your Frankenstein together, and Windows is trash because it's running everything that Microsoft wants to run. You want to see some crazy stuff? They still have Groove Music as an application that's inside Windows. That's how messed up Windows is right now. There is Groove. Go on your PC, go search for Groove. Groove Music is still there as an application. With Windows, that thing's been gone 2 Windows ago. And it's still there. That's the kind of trash that Microsoft puts out there. Okay? Optimization. So I see all these people getting offended with the 490s and the 4090s, and it loads better on a PlayStation, and everybody's like, but it runs faster. Dude, I'm not saying that you're not running better frames. All I'm saying is that the game has been optimized. So when they said built for a PS5, the game was built for a PS5. And Nixxes is doing great ports on it. So when we come here and look at some of the testing that people have done, let's look here.
More powerful RTX 2070 fully overclocked, but with a mechanical hard drive.
Here's a mechanical hard drive. Look at this.
That. Look at the stuttering and issues there. That will reinforce the fact, and that's at 720p, by the way. That's the lowest setting. I've not bumped this up. This is just using the lowest setting, ray tracing turned off. So this is a good example of how impactful it really is, and hopefully reinforces everything that everyone said from the Sony side and the Insomniac side up until this point. And you can point back at this video and say, look, there you go. This is a good example of what it launched like. And hopefully Nixxes can work even harder in the background and maybe get even better performance by utilizing all the benefits of the PC space, like I said before, which is pushing more data into bigger pools of system RAM. Remember, you really need 16 gigabytes to run this game well in terms of system RAM.
Look at that.
And I'd say 16 gigabyte GPU as well, really, if you want to get close to the PlayStation 5. That's really not going to change in this generation, as I keep saying. It's only going to go up. So expect to rely heavily on everyone running this game on reconstruction and obviously lowering texture details and assets. And if you haven't got a very, very fast subsystem in terms of memory and SSD, PCIe 4, yeah, you're going to have some serious hiccups and judders in this title, as we expected. So if you're one of the people that stood behind and said it's all real and it's not fake, you can pat yourself on the back. And everyone else that said it's all rubbish and hard drives are going to take over and it's all rubbish about SSDs on the PlayStation 5, here you go. Good example of the fact that sometimes, just sometimes, when people say things you don't believe, it doesn't mean they're lying. Anyway, I'll catch you.
Boom. Mic drop. There you go. There you go.
It's turbo time. It's turbo time.
Wow. So was he lying? Capabilities, optimization. So you could say, look, it runs on a hard drive. It runs on an HHD. It's false. They lied. When they said built for the SSD, when they said they're built for, it was. And to think this game is from 2020, everybody. This game released in 2020. So that is 3 years of tech later, and it's running like that. That's 3 years of better CPUs, 3 years of better RAM, 3 years of better graphics cards. And it's running like that. So think about this game 3 years ago running optimized during those scenes. And tell me that you spend a 4090 and why it's doing that. And listen, during the regular combat, it's plenty comparable. It's fine. You can run the game at 120 frames to your the eye's content. But when it comes to those loading screens, the PlayStation 5 does it just a little bit better. On a $400 machine, on a game that was released in 2020. Take it what you want. You could buy a 2000 rig. You could build a PC for $500. Whatever you want to do. How you want to play these games. But you cannot stay here and state that the PS5 is not an optimized platform for this game. And that's where you need to shut your mouth. Because the console, that's the whole point of a console, dude. The console and software demonstrate the capabilities of the console. That's it. Ratchet's a perfect example. You could put it on PC, but You're going to need a lot more overhead to get the same type of results that 3-year-old hardware got at $400. And that overhead's going to cost you. Those that RAM that he's talking about, those graphics cards, all that stuff to offset the hard drive speed, that's going to cost you. That's more money. So tell me again how low you could build your PC. Oh, and by the way, you put better hardware and stuff in your PC. Well, guess what else you have to go buy? Maybe a more capable motherboard. Maybe a better power supply that needs to power the new overhead that you're putting in there.
Number one customer.
The inside news of PC gaming that nobody wants to talk about. But it's not saying PC gaming sucks. That's not it. But you cannot take offense to your PC if the PlayStation 5 is optimized for PlayStation 5 software. That's been ported over to PC. Nixus did their magic, and I'm sure optimizations will come. But don't get offended about your PC because of that. It is what it is. Nobody's saying the PC is not capable. All the PCs are. I am sure yours is. It's the optimization.
You're my number one customer.
And that's the thing, as a first-party developer, for a first-party studio, for a first-party game, that is the ultimate optimization. Will you get angry if an Apple optimized app running on an iPad runs better than if they ported that app over to Google? How dare they? And you want to know what? Apple and Google are perfect examples of this. If you look at Apple's applications, they're optimized for the hardware that the iPad and the Apple phone are working on. But those same apps on Google, where Google has such varying amount of power, and actually sometimes with the Xenos chip in a Samsung phone, they have more power than an iPhone. You look at the iPhone, their battery is insane. You want to know why? Because they're using less with more. More with less, actually. Sorry, that's what I meant. More with less. Where Google is doing better and bigger chips and better, all Android devices are more overpowered. They're more powerful phones. Their battery life is not as optimized. Apple has an optimized system because the software and the hardware work together because they're the same company. But when you look at apps on an Android phone, you might have better hardware inside, but the software is not optimized for that hardware because there's so many variables. That's a perfect example of what you're seeing. So when a $400 PS5 in 2020 is running this game without hitches, and you need all this overhead to compensate for that, and say the SSDs are fake, nobody's saying your hardware is not bad. Your hardware is bad. PC gaming sucks. No. It's just that it's optimized for the hardware that it's optimized for. And that is the epitome of what the hell console gaming is about. That's the expectation as a console gamer, is that you're going to get the best experience on the console from the console manufacturer. And the first-party studios that make the software for the hardware, they have an advantage that third-party doesn't. They have an advantage that PC gaming doesn't. They know the ins and outs of it, the optimization. It was built for those purposes. As it should. It should work. And it does.
More powerful RTX 2070 fully.
And on top of that, we even had
hard drive.
Grindhouse had some words to say here as well.
I'm excited to see Rich's PC during this section.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching Rich's PC primarily here.
There's another one.
Yeah, we've seen it on ours.
Whoa, bit of stutter there. Whoa,
Bit
here
of
we
stutters.
go.
The game's goddamn frozen.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's well
At
you know, it's just all the
720p,
better than the
it's
HD.
frozen.
Yeah. Holy crap. Woo. We've got the bobbing head clank there.
I love that.
And look
It's
where
working.
and also look
doing
at
something.
Alex's
Let's see how they
4K DLSS, and watch where the
Stack
PlayStation's
up
is at the
against
same
one
point in time. Watch.
I'm excited to see Rich's.
Watch. They start now. This is something to keep in mind. I'll get to the super chats, but look at this. Don't look at the stuttering one on the right. That's obvious. Look at the PlayStation 5 in the middle, and look at Alex at max settings, 4K DLSS quality. Watch where they are in their point when they get to the dragon. Tell me who got there faster. They started at the same thing. Who's there
PC during this
faster?
section.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching.
And that
Rich's
shows
PC
that there's
primarily
better
here.
loading times in
Yeah,
between
we've
this.
seen
Look,
it on
that
ours.
portal popped up faster on the PlayStation.
Whoa. Bit of
Watch,
stutter
by the
there.
time they get
Whoa, here we
to the
go.
dragon.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's well, you know, if you saw the
It's a
hard
lot
drive.
better than the HDD.
Yeah.
What happened at first? There we go.
Holy crap.
Look, the portal's opening up
Got
faster on the
bobbing
PlayStation.
head clank there.
Look at where he
love
is by
that.
the time he got
Okay,
to
it's
the
working.
to the dragon.
Yeah.
Watch, he's already jumping. And it all starts, because they start at the same frame. It all starts when the portal's open. Because look, when they're at the beginning here, they're all at the same frame. Watch. Everything's fine, right? Look at the middle and the left. Those are the ones I want you to focus on. Now watch what happens. Everybody's at the same frame, right? Now all of a sudden, watch the ones the portal... Oh, Sony's opened up first. And now, oh, there comes the Max PC. And now watch what happens. Now you're behind. Now the PC's behind. Now it gets even further behind. Look at the portals opening up later. They started at the same point. Look. They're at the same point. Look. But now watch when they get to the dragon. Notice the time from when he drops from the portal in the PlayStation version and gets on the dragon. Watch. Now watch how long it takes him. It seems to take him longer. There you go. Look, look. Look where the PlayStation's at. The portal, like...
Look at it. Your GPU utilization goes into the toilet as soon as you go into the portal.
So
It's-
it's assuming it
See?
must be either the GPU being used
GPU
to decompress
utilization
and it's a
goes into
different
the
kind of
toilet
utilization that isn't
when you
fully
open up
tapping
the
into
portal.
into the GPU.
RTSS.
And I remember, too, you know what? Another thing, too, is that I remember when people said about the portal, they said that those were cutscenes. Or they said that that was just a trick of the eye. I remember them saying, oh, they're just hiding loading screens. Remember that? And meanwhile, that portal thing, it's true. It's loading in all those assets of those other worlds. But look,
Like Rich, if you look at it, your GPU utilization goes into the toilet as soon as you go into the portal.
So
It's-
it's assuming it must be either the GPU being used to decompress and it's a different kind of utilization that isn't fully tapping into the GPU.
RTSS.
it's just
Or
better
it's
optimized,
the-
dude. It's all in game. That's right, consumptive. Yeah. It's all in game.
It's the CPU.
And it's not saying that this is trash, PC gaming is trash. It's just saying that it's optimized for the PlayStation on 2020 hardware. Rich is showing what happens when you run it on base hardware. Go run it on PCs in 2020 and tell me the results you're going to get. And the PlayStation releasing in 2020. Tell me what go run it on what? What were they, 2080s, 30s? Didn't even come out yet. You're running on 2080s. Not on a 490. Run this on 3 years ago hardware and tell me the results that you get. Because you want to know, this game came out running like this on John's middle PlayStation 5 in 2020. Because the reason why I make that point up is that technology is almost exponential every year. So 3 years in tech is pretty significant. And go run it 3 years from now on hardware and tell me what you're going to get. CPU, GPU, RAM at that time. Even the hard drives that Sony said they needed were not available for over a year. Remember the external hard drives? That was a big deal. Like, oh, well, you need a Gen 3, a Gen 4. Well, they're not available, the Gen 4s. But again, this doesn't mean that PC gaming sucks. This doesn't mean that PC is not capable. This just means that the game was built for the PS5 and runs the best there. With the hardware at the price point, what you have. Doesn't mean PC gaming sucks. PC gaming is great. It's optimization that's the problem. And Nixus did their best to optimize it. And maybe it'll be better. This is at launch, remember. But let me get these super chats. GX Gaming, thank you again. He goes, Jez, Sony made a better piece of hardware. PC is a Frankenstein machine. Yeah, it can get better frames sometimes, but at what cost? Exactly, great point. Windows is trash, by the way, and Windows is trash, and that's the biggest Achilles heel to PC gaming is Windows. Unfortunately, it's not. They can put gaming mode all they want there, you know? Twisted Sig with the 2, he says, we need a Mark Cerny emoji. Oh, a vote for a new emoji. He wants a Mark Cerny emoji. So, this was pretty interesting here. Well, here we go again.
Presumably, and running this game on this massive 12900K.
Now
we're
going to watch this with PS5 Ray Trace Performance Mode. Remember, ray tracing. And a Core i9, a 4090, high ray tracing, V-Sync, and a 7.1 gigabyte EMV.
To PS5-like settings, presumably, and running this game on this massive 12900K, 7100 megabyte per second drive. RTX 4090, it's not at all taxing the system. The frame rates are going nuts here, but it is still doing these interstitial loads in the warp zone, the purple warp zone, slower than the PlayStation 5 with radically more powerful hardware.
There he is. Is that the emoji? Like, there it is, guys. Like, and like I mentioned before, right? Like I mentioned before, this is running on 2023 best beast of a console, a beast of a PC. A 4090. A 4090 didn't exist when the PlayStation 5 came out in 2020. The 4090 wasn't there. A Core i9 12900K wasn't there. A 7.1 gigabyte NVMe was not there. That's the emote we need. So, this hardware that he's running this on, Windows 11 wasn't even there. This hardware did not exist when this was running like this. That's another point. Especially the 4090. You're running on 2023 hardware, and it's still giving you hitches during those load screens, dude. That's the point. This is a $400 console in 2020 with this game running it better 3 years ago with 2023 hardware. That's it. Da-da-da-da-da. This, you know what? This has to call. I think we need it. I think we need some quality flutes. We haven't heard those in a while. Let's get some quality flutes. Yeah, go DE. Go Google how many watts. A 4090, you got to go buy a goddamn power supply to power that thing. But there it is. That is not even talking about the hard drive. That's talking about the PS5 Ray Trace Performance Mode. Ray Trace Performance Mode. And you know, dude, it's the friggin' ray tracing that's probably giving those hitches. That's probably what's going on. But there it is. There it is. And Cerny Carvey is right. And here comes Insomniac. Boom. Director, Community and Marketing at Insomniac. He goes, as we said. Mic drop. Insomniac's like, as we said, SSD, dude. Look at this. What happened? What? Frozen. Welcome to PC Gaming, everybody. But the hardware. Yes! Exactly. Dead Pixel. keyboard and mouse is made for
just
spreadsheets
made the list.
and Word documents. It's not made for gaming. Sorry about that. My keyboard and mouse is made for spreadsheets. It's still loading. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Who has time for this? Now what happens is, guess what? Now your afternoon is spent figuring out why your PC's doing this.
You just made the list.
That's the game, everybody. That's the game. That's the PC game right there. Now I'm just trying to play Ratchet and Clank, but my Ratchet and Clank, my stats over here are showing me
You just made the list.
percentages. Oh my God! My thermal throttling. What happened? Why is this doing this? Welcome to your goddamn afternoon of trying to figure this shit out.
You just
Now,
made the list.
let's go to the forums. Figure out why Ratchet's running like this. But my throttling is moving up. My RAM is this. Somebody help me on Steam forums. I need to figure this out. Instead of playing the goddamn game, now you become goddamn tech support. Now you try to figure out this shit all afternoon and tell me how much of the game you get to play. You don't play shit. That's the reason why this headache of PC gaming, dude. This is what happens. You're playing your game, and all of a sudden, here you go. Oh, what happened? I was playing at 130 frames. Now it's stuttering. What happened? But I was playing at 130 frames. What happened? To the forums. To the forums. Now go get the tech support. Help me. Oh, you know what? It may be your system cache. Did you check your throttling settings? Did you check your batteries? If you're running it on a laptop, did you check the power supply? Did you update the drivers for the GPU? What kind of RAM do you have? Maybe bad RAM. What brand of RAM do you have? Well, what hard drive model do you have? Do you have the updates for the RAM? And did you download the Windows security updates? That probably is why it's affecting the game. Something's throttling here. You let me know. You could tell I've done this many goddamn times before. Figuring this stuff out. You go to my YouTube channel. I have a solution. If you delete Windows, if you delete the Windows Security Update 2.1, you might get some better optimizations there. You know what else? It may be just NVIDIA. The dashboard hasn't been updated yet. Did you update the NVIDIA dashboard? They're planning on releasing. We just got some statements from NVIDIA. They plan on releasing updated drivers in the next day or two. So when you download, maybe that's the reason why. What kind of motherboard do you have? Oh, that's an old one. Maybe it's not optimized for the 4090. Yeah, this game,
This is not worth it.
And tell me how much of Ratchet and Clank you play. Well, now you turned into goddamn tech support and dealing with a whole bunch of people in community forums. Non-stop fun, dude. And then you realize, like, you know what, guys? I need to upgrade my graphics card. I need a new CPU, GPU. Big overhauls coming now, so I can play the rest of Ratchet and Clank. But my frames were fine before. Now they're dropping. That's right, man. Roll back Windows update. Check the version. Hurry, hurry. They just released a new driver update. Oh, but you know what? But you know what? Now it broke my my other game that I was playing. Now that game's not working. No. You become diagnostics. You become more you're more searching into the goddamn diagnostics section of Windows updates and stuff than playing the goddamn game just to get your optimal performance. That's why they spend so much money in having that overhead so they don't have to do as much as that stuff. When you have like a 4090 and the highest stuff, you don't think there's forums right now dealing with Linneman's kind of statement or whatever about the 4090, the highest computer, stuttering still and not loading as fast? Oh, but the off-board load, it's all that stuff, dude. And that's the pain in the ass of PC gaming that people don't tell you about. You be playing a game fine, and all of a sudden frame rates drop, hiccups, stuttering. And you're like, well, what was that? What happened? Why? All right, turn off the game now. Go to the forums. I don't have time for that shit. All right? I want to play a goddamn game and enjoy the game. This is immersive breaking, all right, to prove a point. Oh, but I can play it still. Go ahead. Enjoy. Enjoy it. You just spent $60 to do this. Try to get it to work. Hack it. Don't worry. The modders will fix it. Get the hell out of here, please. It's a whole other world, dude. Just play the goddamn game and enjoy the game. But instead, now you got to go figure out why the game's doing this. Oh, what happened? What happened? What don't I have? What did I do? What did I do? And that's the headaches. Crooked Vulture just gave out 5 VIP Grindhouse memberships. G. Some got it. Benjamin Coates, welcome. Andrew Shakespeare. Benjamin, welcome. Jay Thomas, he back. Shout out to all of them coming on in. Thank you. What compulsive consumptive soul 1K 490. A PS5 is 500. Oh, 400 for a PS5, dude. It's 4. I like to do the digital version. Consumptive. I do the digital version at 400. That's where you get. It's the same hardware. It's not like an S. Same hardware. But again, PC gaming doesn't suck. It's a different beast. But a lot of it is tech support. A lot of it, you're trying to figure this out. Especially if you built it and things are just not running right. But you spend a lot of time trying to run diagnostics to find out why your game is not stuttering here and there. And it's not every game. JX 78, he goes, some PC and Xbox will never understand or accept the truth. Yeah. They're not. Xbox can't forget about it, dude. They have no proof of concept for their goddamn hardware. Happy Friday for Brizzle. Yeah, they have no goddamn... Xbox is not even in this goddamn conversation. But again, PC gaming, it's its own beast. It doesn't suck. I like it. I do it. I play it sometimes. But I've been through the headaches of it. And I know the truth of it. That they just want to make like, oh, it just works. No, it doesn't. But so many people taking their huge rigs and trying to run it down a minimum spec to prove a point. Dude, it's optimized for a PlayStation 5. Deal with it. 3 years ago, you're done. Wrap it up. All right? 3 years ago hardware, $400. It's optimized for it. It's built for it, as it should. So PC gamers, maybe you are the second class here. Sorry. Now you know how Xbox guys feel. You're the port station. This was built for PlayStation. You'll have good ports. You'll have bad ports. I'm sure tons of you went wild when they did with the mess up of The Last of Us. All this hardware, all this money you invested and having the game run as that, yeah, sucks. That's bad on Naughty Dog. That's bad port. But it is what it is. I didn't have problems with it on the PlayStation. Yeah. That's what happens. This is what it is. What's up, Thrifty? That's it. Optimization, not capabilities. We're adjourned. And there you go. Insomniac just basically said, as we told you. We're not lying. We told you. We built this game with an SSD. The whole idea of the portal system, the whole idea of the multiverse thing, the concept was built around the loading capabilities of the PS5. Like it was a demonstration of the hardware 3 months after it launched. That's what it is. And then on top of that, we're talking about performance.
Mostly, but if you look closely.
Now, the big thing that Xbox hyped up, ray tracing. There's better ray tracing on the $400 piece of hardware, PS5.
Similar to what you got going on there, right, John? A little bit?
Mostly, but if you look closely, look to Ratchet's left.
Yeah.
At those bushes.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to point out is so there is an option on PC to control the RTBVH.
There's a Minecraft bushes on
quality,
PC over there.
as in
What's
how
going
far
on?
it goes out, but just how far it goes out. But there is like, weirdly enough, differing quality of the art things in RT reflections, and sometimes, like we're seeing here, they're actually lower on these bushes. Like the bushes have like the thing in their RT reflections.
This is the reflection off of Ratchet's mask. So this is a ray trace reflection of the environment. That's what they're comparing here. And for some reason, well, optimization, whatever, they look like Minecraft bushes on PC max settings. And performance ray tracing mode, they look like real things. Forget about it on Rich's min-spec PC. Over here, you can't even see anything.
No like leaves there. They're just, they look like Minecraft blocks. But oddly enough, if you look at the tree to the right of that, you'll see that there's individual leaves there visible on the tree on my side. If John's are just like, I don't know, blobs. So there's weird inconsistencies in the quality of the ray tracing. There's not actually like a straight winner here, and that usually signs that there's probably something wrong, actually.
Now, well,
something is wrong. Inconsistencies. Yeah, look at Rich's PC image.
But then you look at Rich's screen, and as you can,
but look at, I don't understand these Minecraft blocks here. Like, I actually would prefer just the blob of trees rather than these trees. Meanwhile, the bushes look like Minecraft. Look at these things. They look like blocks. So these are different. These look like, actually, it looks like different model trees compared to these trees. See, that's the one thing. These trees here, the ones when they're comparing the trees, when he moves over here and they compare the trees, like they look like a different model of a tree. Like these look like they made these bigger trees, and these look like a different model of a tree compared to those two. They're two different models. Where this one is obviously, there's bushes here. There's a Minecraft block here. What are you doing? Yes, this is the reflection in the mask. This is not just straight up graphic. This is the reflection from his thing. I know you can't see anything. This is Grind's Foundry here. I'll show you the blocks. This is what they're talking about. These blocks right here. That's on PC Max settings. And on PlayStation, look at the bushes. They're regular bushes. And here they're blocks. And then they said that these things look like circles, and then these are longer trees. It is what it is. But again, this was in 2020. This is in 2023 with 2023 hardware. 3 years later. Hey. Played it in that thing for that one. There's a lot of little
just
things.
how far it goes out, but there is like,
there's a lot of little things there. But I think a lot of people thought it was going to be like a slam dunk, and Sony lied. And obviously, it's not. It is what it is, Wild Wolf, exactly. And again, it's optimization. It was built for the hardware. First party, that's your expectation. Done. And that's it. Not saying PC gaming sucks. Not saying your console, the PC's weak. No. But you got to tip your hat to Sony and folk for like giving the performance that it did in 2020 at launch with the hardware and the price point that it is. All right? That's the point that I'm making in that. So anyway, that was wild. And that went down a whole cesspool of crap. You know what? A whole bunch of craziness there. But then Sony, just off the heels of Microsoft's financials. Oh, the Log Hog, did he just give a membership? Oh, no. That was just popped up there. I don't know why that's up there. Then, Sony, out of the blue, right after Microsoft just announced 13% year drop, a quarterly drop of hardware, Sony goes, thank you. We have sold 40 million PlayStation 5s. That is crazy. That is insane that they sold that many. Magnum Gaming goes, I can't wait to play GT7 in native 4K with ray tracing at 120 frames per second on PSVR 2, powered by the PS5 Pro. Woo! I would like to know what kind of performance increase we'll get on the PlayStation VR 2 with that. That would be interesting. That would be a good sell, too, for the PS5 Pro on that one. Just days after, since its launch in November 2020, 40 million.
You're my number one customer.
They announced. They launched the PlayStation 5 in 2020. And they mentioned about the supply constraints. But they have reached a milestone of PS5s sold through. Sold through. Let's go look at the asterisks. What's sold through? As of the week ending on July 16th, they have sold through 40 million consoles to gamers since launch. Not shipped. Sold through 40 million PlayStation 5s out there. Not shipped. Sold through. Do I need to say it again for those in the back? Sold through. But sales don't matter. The sales don't matter. It's about how many people are engaging, how many hours they play. According to Satya, they saw an increase in the number of hours of Game Pass games. We're talking hours now. We're talking minutes. Satya breaking down the goddamn more people spent more minutes in Game Pass games. More minutes. The minutes increase. The minutes. They're at down the Microsoft's talking minutes. Satya's like, well, did our subscribers, did it increase? But we saw more minutes played. Dude, 4 or 5 minutes. Grind. Get the hell 4 minutes. Count the minutes. They got nothing anymore. They're like, well, Phil Spencer took 3 shits today. He did 300% more than yesterday. But he's right, Cook. The consoles, nobody wants a 40 million. But what does it matter? You want to know what matters? If I'm building games, there are 40 million customers out there that are going to buy the games. MPDs, they're going to buy them. That number from Brazil that leaked on the snuff film that they had over there in Brazil, the guy there, 21 plus Xboxes, the dude, yeah. 21 million plus. And they're doing every quarter is 13, 15% down. It's not picking up, dude. It's slowing down. 40 million PlayStations. And you wonder why the games run better on PlayStation over Xbox. It's because you're second-class citizens. Not only from Microsoft's perspective, but from the gaming perspective. Developers are going to optimize for 40 million potential console customers over your 20 million. And are going down. That's what's happening. And then subscription gaming on Xbox being pushed to the extreme is making it even harder to sell games on Xbox. So it's a lose-lose over there with that Microsoft, what they built over there. They built a lose-lose situation.
Oh no! We suck again!
Sony is showing their games sell, NPDs. They're showing revenue. Their games make the most on PlayStation from a publisher, Capcom, Activision themselves. Where's the game selling? Where are we making the most money? It's on a PlayStation. Now the PlayStation, 40 million. And you got Xbox sitting there at 21 million. The people are not buying their games. They're waiting for them to come to Game Pass. And if you're not in Game Pass, you're out of luck. Your game's not going to do shit over there. Look at the ratios of sales from the UK when we see that stuff. Look at the ratio of sales. Look at the revenue of sales, the profit of sales when they make games for the consoles. That's the reason why Xbox is second class. That's the reason why sales matter. That's why 40 million sold through is a huge statement. And guess what? I got one more little nugget for everybody. This is even before Spider-Man 2 drops. This is before the Spider-Man 2 console drops. This is before Spider-Man 2 releases. This is as of July 16th. Spider-Man doesn't happen until October, dude. They're estimating to be hitting 50 million by the end of this year. And that is something that I wanted to show. Is even before who this dude? Spider-Man 2. Oh, I sound good. There we go. It works. Something I wanted to add on to the 40 million celebration that they got.
End of the line.
Who's holding the line now? What's the hold the line on what?
End of the line.
Hold the line on 20 million.
Our console that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Just focused more on great games on our console that somehow we're going to win the console race.
Oh, no.
I think doesn't really lay into the
again.
reality of.
This is something, food for thought grinders, right here. Shout out to Thrifty, 3-month VIP. He goes, it just needs to be admitted that PlayStation is the only premium gaming platform, especially for PS5 exclusives. Exactly. Why would there be any other expectation? And those expectations are being met. Who is this gentleman? That's right, Weezid. Who is this gentleman? Xbox Booster. Let's talk about boosters here, because that's what we do here. Let's compare. They want to compete? Let's compete. Hit that like button. Let's get over the 100 likes. Let's hit that 150. Let's go. We got over 240 people in here. Let's do it. Sony. So apparently Microsoft had sold 18.5 million and Sony had 30 million, and analyst firm estimates. This was in February 2023. Sony has official numbers of 30 million. So they just announced 30 million, right? So technically, from February to July, March, April, May, June, July, about 5 months, maybe 5-6 months, Sony has shipped another sold through another 10 million consoles. That's crazy. But then their estimate of Xbox was 18.5 million. And then we saw in June, after the showcase, end of June, beginning of July, we saw that spreadsheet that came out, that slide from the Brazilian, in Brazil, when they had down there. And they said 21 plus. That means that in the same, in that amount of time, from June to July.
You just made the list.
From June to July, Sony sold through 10 million more consoles, and Microsoft sold 3 million? That was something that kind of shocked me when I saw that. Because Microsoft apparently, again, we don't know Microsoft numbers. So who even knows that 21 million is even true? But the frequency of that, and that's 2 consoles. That is the lowest priced next-gen console in Booster and X. This is 2 versus 1, everybody. People don't realize. I think it's even worse than last generation because Microsoft shipped 2 consoles at a price point lower than the PlayStation 5 and won the same and is losing almost now 2-1. This is a handicap match where Microsoft bringing in 2 wrestlers is the handicap. Isn't that crazy? This is not one Xbox. These are 2 Xboxes. This is 2 versus 1. PlayStation has 1 PlayStation 5, one with a hard drive, one without. But Microsoft has a lower price point. They have a $300 and a $5. Sony has a $4 and a $5. They undercut Sony. So with an undercut hardware and a premium hardware, you took Sony to battle with your best and your worst, and you still are going 2-1, and you cannot beat them. You threw everything at them. Sony stood there like Rocky Balboa going, I didn't hear no bell. They gave them haymakers. They said, we're going to give you a cheap one, and we're going to give you an expensive one. And we're going to take out Sony. We're going to corner them. And Sony stood there like Rocky going, I didn't hear any bell. One more round. And now it's more than 2-1, and it's going to get even worse. Against 2 Xboxes. 2. Everybody just goes, oh, it's a series of consoles. Dude, it's 2 consoles. Versus Sony's 1 console. And they can't even get close to them. Shout out to Zubitech. This is 2 consoles, everybody. Zuby put this together. Look at the Xbox hardware. Look at the drops. This is your 3rd year in. What are we, like, during April and June of last year, down 11. Then up 13, July to September. And now, since October of last year, they have been destroyed. Because look what they did. And this is what I said before. All they did was sell Xboxes to the same Xbox folks. The same people that go and Butterfield's ass. That's who sold. They went out and they bought their Xboxes up front. They said, oh, Microsoft got a new one. All right, I'll buy a new one, Phil. Thank you. And that is it. Now, the 2nd and 3rd years in is when you start getting your games coming out, and that's when you start selling it to the 2nd and 3rd tier. You start selling to the people that maybe don't really buy the consoles. That's when the most important years come, because that's where it's going to permeate. Your first launch is your early adopters. Those are the people that knew Xbox. They knew what color underwear Phil was wearing. They knew what he ate for breakfast. They have Aaron Greenberg and their favorites. Matt Booty's doing booty calls to them. Those are the people that just went out and said, okay, well, here's my X. Give me a series. All right, thank you. Now I'll sit here and wait for games. But I believe in Phil. That's who he sold the consoles to. And look, it dropped off like a goddamn lead brick. A lead pipe right over goddamn in the waters. Bloop. Bloop. Dropped right off because they stopped selling to their main install base. They're done. That's what it said. The growth is gone for Xbox. It's gone. They're not pulling in Nintendo or PlayStation or PC. They're not pulling anybody in. They just sold it to the Tim Dogs and the Little Timmies, and that's it. And they said, well, we're done. Thank you. Enjoy. Phil, we love you. Probably half of them were handed out. Now, there's nothing. Now is when you should be increasing. Proof in point, especially since last generation was not good. Well, look at these. 13%, 30%, 13%. You think Starfield's going to turn that around? You think people were sitting there waiting for Starfield? They're not waiting. You think they're waiting for Call of Duty? You think they're waiting for Starfield? That's what they're waiting for? Dude, guess what happened? Guess what happened in this? In this craziness? Halo dropped. And what's crazy is these percentages here with hardware are false percentages. You want to know why? And I've said this on this channel as well. They look so high, like, oh, they sold 230%. You want to know why? Is because the previous year in 2020, guess what, everybody? And I said this so many times on this channel. What happened in what was available in 2020? There was no series consoles. There were no series consoles in January of 2020. So when you look at a 232%, there was only the Xbox One. And the Xbox One, as we know, wasn't selling at all. So you had no hardware. I remember Benji Sales going through this. Wow, Xbox is selling huge percentages year over year. Dude, it was year over year because the previous year there was no series consoles. You went from selling trash Xbox One to now offering 2 new pieces of hardware the year after. Hell yeah, your percentage is going to double or go huge because you went from not having a console of a series consoles to now having one. And we know how well the Xbox One was selling. It was selling stuff. It sucked. People were waiting for the series consoles. Who was buying an Xbox? But year over year, the series existed. That's why you have early high percentages here, because it's comparing to an Xbox One in the previous year. That's why. 86 to it didn't exist. That's why you're 232. Yeah. Because January of the previous year there were 22 there. Now we see. Now you're comparing against yourself now in 2022, 2023. Now you're looking year over year and look at the year over year. Now it's all minuses. It's showing that they're not increasing. Another stat here telling you how important year 3 is in a generation of a console. We are now at 3 years in, about PlayStation is at 40 million, right? Well, let's look at the 360 and the Xbox One. And there's 2 points I wanted to make on this one. But look at your third years. Look at the increase of the 360. Look at it moving up. You're bringing in more people. Look what's happening with the 360. Right? 360. Then it started dropping down. But now look at the year of the transition. Now you have this big 360 install base. You put your Xbox One up there. But look at the Xbox One growth now. Now you went from 3 to 7, the dark blue, to 8. This is your third year in now from launch. This is kind of like where we are. Look at the highest point of where the Xbox One was. And that was coming off a big 360 generation. You look at the PlayStation, they had a huge install base with the PS4. Now it's time for those PS4 people to move on to the PS5. That's this year. That's this year. If you didn't do it already, the early adopters are done now. For the first couple of years, we've done. We did what we had to do. Now comes the second wave. The PS4 now, people moving to the PS5. That's why hitting 40 million of technically quote-unquote early adopters this early in your cycle of console, we've been here. Now comes the people from the PS4. Because look, the 360 install base was big. Look how many years into the Xbox One, about 2 to 3 years, for people to migrate over to the new console. PS4 was even bigger than this. So it takes a couple of years, and that's the reason why they probably made some of those games cross-gen, is because those games were on PS4, PS5, because you still had a breakdown like this. But look how important, though, the third year is. And when you look at Xbox, you're looking at the 360, you're looking at the series consoles dropping off. Like, it peaked, and it's almost like the 360s. Like, this is your Xbox series console now for the first year, and then it just goes, boof. It's dropping before it even peaked. And it peaked with no games. But the third year is very important. That's the prime years of the generation. That's when the early adopters have been playing it. Now the second and third wave of people who have the previous generation or want to get into gaming are thinking about getting it. And that's why a Pro next year would satisfy the early adopters because they have been 4 years in now. And the people who are weaning off the PS4 have an option now to go with the Pro or go with the Slim for $400 entry point. And look at where this thing went. So when I was saying before about why Zuby put these percentages were so high, look at where the Xbox One was selling in 2021. Then, look where it was. Or in 2020. Look at where it was. 3 every year. Now you offer 2 big new next-gen consoles the year after. Yeah, your percentages are going to be up here. So you're going to have a high percentage. But this is 40 million PlayStation 5s, dude, without Spider-Man. And without us knowing even what's coming after Spider-Man. That's why, to add to another thing, we need a showcase. Sony needs a September smack it out of the park showcase where they wrap up the Spider-Man and then they show what's coming next year. Because we really don't know too much about what's coming from Sony for next year. We know there's a Wolverine. We know there's a couple of multiplayer games coming from their new studios. But we don't know what the big stuff is. Sony needs to let us know that. And I think they're going to drop it in September. I think they're going to wrap up the cake on Spider-Man. Get ready for that marketing going in October. And then they're going to drop in September. And at the Game Awards, what's coming next year. And that's going to sell them into the second wave of this. The third, fourth year of the console. But you look at this and I can't believe how bad Xbox is doing this far into the generation. Like, it is horrible. They sold 10 million 360s in the first year, dude. I remember that. Before the PlayStation 3 launched, they sold 10 million 360s. And they are now 20-something million Xbox Series consoles. 2 consoles at 2 different price points. And they are around 20 million? Just about 3 years in? That's not good at all. Not good at all, dude. Especially when you're going around, you don't need a console. And now they're trying to talk about engagement numbers. But the thing is, dude, nobody besides Microsoft and the crazy people on Twitter believe Xbox is PC. Nobody says Xbox is PC. PC is an Xbox. No, besides the crazy people on Twitter and Phil Spencer, nobody, there's no synonymous with that. Nobody believes that. That's why they're taking the Xbox name out of pretty much everything. Because Xbox doesn't hold any weight anymore. Except for the diehards that want tattoos on their ass at FanFest. That's it. But otherwise, it doesn't hold any weight. And they're taking it out. But this is the prime years of console gaming. You're 2 years in, you're 3 years in. Like, you crush-gen stuff is kind of wrapping up. This is when it matters. And I don't know what they're doing. And speaking as such, not only does this Jez agree with this. It's a cult for a reason, Mr. Tennis. It's a cult for a reason. Toolman, remember 18 months, he goes, did Aaron and X-Hawk ever get their exclusive invitation to Herman's Nuts? Well, no, they didn't. They've been avoiding all these generosity of the VIP grinders that are coming out here, these gifted memberships. They are ducking and diving, goddamn, like Neo from the Matrix. They will not want to be a member here because they know right where they're going. Right there. You got the two. You got the shaft and the right ball right there. If Aaron and X-Hawk, you get a VIP membership, you know where you're going. True Virgil needs company. Uniball needs company. True Virgil's done. He'll be designated as left nut, and then we got the other ones as right nut. So they're ducking and diving right now. Neo from the Matrix. And that's right. ZX, the H. Like, yeah, the generation defining stuff is coming. Like, this is when we're in this is, and no, that's a great point, because this is exactly when it's coming, Aaron. Dude, I might just put him there just for the help. I might have to specifically target him and give him one. But no, he probably has it blocked. Because right now we got True Virgil with the Unaballs. He can't be holding, he needs help. True Virgil's holding up those Herman nuts. But and here, look at these things right here. Like, look at this. And the Switch on itself is absolutely insane. But remember, the Switch is still a console. Like, you know, a console for multiple generations. It's going on sale. So, like, if you want to combine when the Switch launched to now, like, the PS5 has a whole new generation. But if you want to compare PS5 and PS4 install base, you're looking at just about 200 million right now. 40 now and about 130, 140 PS4s out there. You're looking at about 180 million, 125 million Switches. And this is what I say, right? Xbox Series consoles sitting at 21 million now. And then if you compare it to the 40 or so million or 50 million that they sold with the other console, the Xbox, which they don't even have in stores anymore, you can say, well, that's 60 million for the PlayStation. The PlayStation's approaching 200 million. The Switch is approaching 125 million. This is what if you compare both generations. But just alone, if you just look at this, just right now, you still could buy PlayStation 4s. But if you're looking as a developer, or you're looking as engaging, the console market is dominated by the Switch and PlayStation. As a developer, and you're going to prioritize those consoles. And how can Microsoft think that PC and mobile gaming is going to offset and they could ignore the Switch and PlayStation 5? They can't. That's why Microsoft needs Apple for the mobile. They need Google for the mobile because Microsoft don't have anything. And soon, or if they have not already, Microsoft, it needs Nintendo and Sony. That's what I said about last week about who bent the knee. If Microsoft was so confident that PC gaming and mobile gaming was where it's at, they wouldn't have ran next door to Sony and offered that 10-year deal. Why would they? We are paying $70 billion. You didn't want to sign the deal. Well, then you're shit out of luck, Jim Ryan. And now we're going to take Call of Duty and we're going to put Call of Duty on all these other places. We don't need you, Sony. We got Nintendo's going to offset that stuff. If Microsoft really believed what the hell they're talking about, they wouldn't need Sony. If they believe mobile gaming's where it's at and Samsung TVs and where you play, they wouldn't need to walk over to PlayStation that weekend and offer them 10 years when they didn't want it. Sony didn't want the deal, dude. Why did you have to go over there and give it to them? Because you need that install base. You know that's where that game's going to make its money back and you're going to make your money back. Microsoft has put themselves in such a corner that they need their competition in order to survive. Microsoft themselves are a virus. They need hosts because they don't have anything without their competition. Without Google and Apple, Microsoft don't even have a mobile platform. They tried it with Windows. Windows sucks. Windows S or whatever the hell they try to do with their tablets and their Surface. Surface is down below as any. That's probably going to be the first thing to go. They're a virus. They need PlayStation. They need Nintendo. And what's happening is that Xbox is becoming so irrelevant as a platform that Microsoft will never, you cannot ignore a Switch and a PlayStation. You can't. That install base is going to continue to grow and grow. The Switch 2 is going to sell crazy. The PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5 is selling crazy. It's going to sell crazy by the end of this year. 50 million they're anticipating. Then a Pro comes out, and then a PlayStation 6. It's not stopping. There's nothing to stop these two companies from doing what they do. And they could spread the love to PC down the road. Some services here and there. Sony has so many goddamn games. It's not like Microsoft, who only came out with 2 and 4 games and they just put everything on PC. Sony, they have a litany of games. They have Returnal, Ratchet, just in the first 2 years alone. They could give you a Ratchet and drop a Spiderman 2. They could give you a God of War 2 and drop Horizon 1. Hell, they could do a Last of Us 2 while still dropping a goddamn Spider-Man 1 on PC. They have so many games that they could spread it out without missing a beat. Microsoft's the one that's sitting on all these developers and not having output. So when Microsoft says all their games, go count all their games in the last 3 years. We got Halo, Forza, Pentiment, Redfall. You can count them on your hand. These are supposedly sales, Dead Pixel. And to piggyback off that stuff, we bring the final part together here. Oh, and just to kind of add to what Zuby was saying, here's Steven Totillo stuff. And look at this. This is not just hardwares. At 40 million PlayStations, dude. Oh, Crossfire X. Can't forget about that, Matt Martin. You're right. You can't forget about that one. That's a big one. Hit that like button, grinders. Where are we at 109? And I got over 300 people in here. I want to see that like button. I want to see 150s. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up. You like Gaming Fridays. You like Grindhouse Fridays. Steven Totillo's here. Microsoft gaming revenue for the last 12 months ending June. Down. 15.4 billion 2 years ago. Hardware revenue down 11%. Driven by, this is their quote, driven by lower volume and price of consoles sold. Listen, everybody. How are we 3 years into the Xbox and there's a lower volume of Xboxes? Is that because they're selling? Or is it because Microsoft is not making them? Or they're putting them in the cloud? They're pivoting. They don't want you to buy the console. This is what they want. That's why I do not understand these clowns, the 3Cs on the internet, celebrating all these movements that Microsoft is making to Xbox. They want out of this generation. They want out of the console space. They're still making it because there's a small install base of 20 million or so that still like it. And if that install base keeps dwindling down, they move on to PlayStations, move on to Switches, move on to PCs, that's exactly what Microsoft's going to do. They're going to route all their consoles and make them web blades. That's all they're going to do. Server blades for xCloud. That's what they want. It's loss. They're losing money. Look at and look, service is down. First party decline offset by Game Pass growth. First party, dude, you know they did release a game and they had minus 13% and services were up 1%. They did release a game. They released Minecraft Legends in June. Minecraft Legends was playable over billions of gamers across all services. And it was multi-platform as well. Minecraft Legends, anybody? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Minecraft Legends, anybody? 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 Minecraft? Oh. Minecraft, though. Minecraft. Anybody? Hello? Hello? Minecraft Legends was everywhere. It was on everything. Switch, PlayStation, PC, phones, cloud, and Game Pass. Anybody? Hello? Hello? Anybody? First party game? Hello? Hello? Anybody in there? It was on Game Pass. What happened?
Oh, and second us too. Games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80.
Minecraft. What happened? Anybody?
They're all on Game Pass.
MPDs? Is it on MPD? No. Anybody? Hello? Who's everywhere? When we all play, we all win. But who? When we all play, everybody's playing. Billions of gamers, Phil said. What? Anyway? Hello? I don't know. Anybody? There already has, dude. The truth just got dropped. JX Gaming. Shout out to JX Gaming. He just dropped the truth right there. And guess what, JX? It already has happened. We are seeding these frauds. We are seeing what Microsoft does behind the scenes. We have seen even what they've done behind their own doors in the court documents. It's all falling apart, dude. It's all. That's why they were desperate for Activision, because that is the only way they could even stay sustained, to even think that they have a chance. They pissed off Bethesda because Bethesda thought they were the shit. Well, guess what, Bethesda? You weren't. Microsoft needs more. But JX Gaming just dropped the point. He predicts a 20% drop in the future for Xbox. It's going to drop even more and more. At what point does the cat come out of the bag and these influencing the cap? It already has happened, JX. Thank you again for the super chat. It has happened already. It happened. You're seeing all this, go back to my song, Tears of a Clown. The tracks of my tears. Smokey Robinson. Shout out to my karaoke night. Tracks of my tears. People say I'm the life of the party, but I'm all up inside. The tracks of the tears, dude. Put on a smile, put on a face, but inside you're crying. It's happening. It's been happening. So I started this friggin' channel when I did not like the way Microsoft was going, and I said this will kill the brand. It has. And to reinforce that I still like the quality games, and where is that stuff? And PlayStation's delivered that. And they continue to. And they're going to be duds. Now, everything's not going to be a banger. Sony's not immune. Sony's not the be-all, end-all. But they're doing a damn good job on delivering expectations that we have as gamers. And those are the facts. That's what it is. You can't deny that. You could say I don't like those games. You could say I don't like VR. But it doesn't make it bad. I could say I don't like Game Pass. That's fine. I like the service. I like the idea of it, but I don't think it should be the be-all and end-all that Microsoft's making it out to be. There needs to be balance. There needs to be options. There are times for a subscription game. There are times that I want to sit down and be immersed in a crazy game and going, dude, this is something that's going to define this generation. This is a classic gaming moment. This is an experience incredible. This is what I need. This is lasting with me. That's what you want. And they're not delivering that over there. That's because they're doing all this hokey dokey crap. But now they're kind of shitting people's lawn now. Now they're trying to take away from games that we play, and they're trying to make them their own. And that's where I have a problem with that. Because now they're shitting other people's lawns. See you, Twisted Sync, man. But look at the hardware here. Look at the gaming. Look how their gaming has dropped. Look at their devices, dude. This is crazy. Look at their device. 7,355. But look at the stuff that's compensating. You go, oh, but look, they're making money. They're making, everybody, Microsoft money. Where's that Microsoft? But they're making money. They're fine, everybody. They're making money. Microsoft money. Money. Drop me those dollar bills. Oh, yeah, Microsoft money. That's what I make my show about. Microsoft making money. Money. Bills. Money. You know those people that get all like juicy inside because of the money that Microsoft makes? Well, let's go see what's compensating that money. I just showed you their devices and hardware. Their Xbox sucks, but they're making money. Money, money, money. Phil got the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Uh-huh. You got the money. Well, let's see where they're making the money. I guess you must be a fan of goddamn Bing then, bitch. You must be a fan of Bing because Bing search and news advertising is offsetting the shit that's losing. The thing that you like, gaming hardware, gaming, is dropping, but don't worry about it because enterprise services are up. Don't worry about it because search and news advertising have grown. Don't worry about it, everybody, because LinkedIn is now growing. Don't worry about it, everybody. Windows is not doing too hot. But don't worry about it, everybody, because Office products and cloud services are good job, Xbox Gamer. Good job, Xbox Gamer. You should be happy, but they're making money. Look at where the money's going, dude. I guess you must like Bing and advertisements. You must love Office products and services. You must love LinkedIn. Those are the things that are offsetting your losses as a gamer. I love hot dogs. Hot dogs sales suck. Yeah, but the ice cream is offsetting the hot dogs. Well, I don't like ice cream. Well, but I love the money. Like, look at the offset. Office products, LinkedIn, search and news advertising is offsetting the drops in devices and gaming, the things that you care about, Xbox and games. So when you celebrate Microsoft money, you're a clown because that money is not gaming money. That money is not going to fund gaming. That's money from LinkedIn, Office, and search, Bing, and advertisements. You capping for that? That's why, well, their year-over-year growth is... No. Look at their gaming. Their gaming is falling off the goddamn fence. But you're capped for Microsoft money because their LinkedIn has grown. What kind of gamer is that? If PlayStation was dropping, you think I'll be excited that Sony's making money on TVs and headphones? But no, what's crazy, though, is that actually a TV and a headphone influence gaming. So maybe it doesn't matter. It is integrated. But LinkedIn and Office products is not integrated into Xbox. So those are completely different things. Or Bing search. Those things have nothing to do with gaming. So that is even bigger cap. But if PlayStation was dropping every year, I wouldn't be like, well, Sony does great in its imaging chips. Who? Money. You're a clown. The thing that you like is dying before your eyes, but you're still capping for it and don't say there's a problem. But actually, somebody did say it's a problem. Somebody did. And it was not this Jez. Somebody actually agreed with yours truly, this Jez. A bootleg Jez. Put out an article. Bootleg. And I got a problem with statement number 1 right here, Grinders. Hit that goddamn like button. Welcome, a new member to the VIP Grindhouse, the Kipling's Lounge. Cheers to you, sir. Perfect dog needs perfect help. That's right.
You're my number one customer.
The amazing Jenna Hayes with $5. He goes, these Xbox keep thinking they can buy Sega, a Japanese company. Japan is not going to allow white dudes to buy them out. Dude, that hedgehog had nothing to do with Sega. That hedgehog had to do with just stupid shit that Microsoft advertising where they don't know what the hell they're doing about. That hedgehog. People think they're buying Sega. Dude, listen. It sucks that they have the money and they could have ruined franchises like that. like they're going to ruin probably Call of Duty. And it sucks. But if that's what they're going to do, that's their MO. Hey, I feel bad. It sucks. That's what people like Tencent bad, Microsoft good. I'm like, no. Microsoft has yet to prove that they can even do anything with what they got already. And they're just owning for the hell of it. But like I said before, the more they own, they're going to need Nintendo and Sony. Like, that's the thing. Again, before I get into this, and I don't want this to be too long, but just to say, hit that like button. That's right, Wild Wolf. Just to say, right? I don't want this to be too much of a thing, but like, when Microsoft wanted to buy Activision, and this goes on to Jenna Hayes as super chat here, because before I get into this article, like, the thing is that before Microsoft, when they were buying Activision, the big thing was that they're going to leverage Call of Duty. And what I said before, the deal's going to go through. But after all this regulatory and all this stuff and all the things that they realize they still need, they can't do that. Because they need that install base. They need PlayStation. So therefore, they can't leverage Call of Duty that they needed to do to move the consoles, to move their services. They can't. They can't do exclusive stuff. They can't do that stuff. They wrote that they're not going to do it. They can't do it. So all the leveraging that they could do with a Sega, they can't. Because they need Nintendo and Sony, and they're going to have to do that in 10 years. Weezer, do you know, like, how long it's going to take for Microsoft to change the perception with 20 million bitch-ass consoles to say Call of Duty is back at Xbox? And they can't even start that marketing for another 2 years. Well, how many sales of Xbox and PlayStation will be there by then? And they got to say Xbox is the place to place Call of Duty. They can't even leverage it. Because everybody will be, well, Call of Duty's still coming to PlayStation, so it doesn't matter who owns it. That's what I mean. These people on Twitter going like, well, Microsoft owns it. Like, who cares if they own it? If it's still playable on the console, on the PlayStation, nobody's buying an Xbox for it, dude. It's not going to change anything. Especially in 2 years when Microsoft can leverage it and they're dropping 13, 15% in sales every quarter. But you're right, Wild. Anything could happen. They could pull off those things. Like, you never know the scheming and coyness, as the Xcast, whoever did, the coyness of Xbox, the damage control stuff. They're not happy about that. Dude, that dashboard sucks. They still got ads on it. And they removed all the customization that the Xbox, they promoted 3 years ago, about the customization, adding your own tiles and shit. Now it's a big screen for Game Pass advertisements. And your recently played games. That's what it is. It's trash. Their dashboards are trash after years of doing it. Did they even fix the DVR, dude? Nope. Can you even share Xbox screenshots to Twitter anymore? Ever since they backed out of that? Nope. But they won't talk about that on Xbox podcasts at all. Those are things they had and were taken away from them. That sounds like a point of bringing that up, right? Especially the fuss they made about $70 games. Or with Jim Ryan putting games on a PS4. You would think they'll be super sensitive to no updates to a DVR or having ads on their main screen or taking away features from Xbox that they had. How that quick resume coming for you? What's that quick resuming? What games? Nothing. Michael Pachter, he's a bum. But Bootleg Jez here, look at the title. Xbox crisis right now isn't the games, it's the hardware. Let me go to my Grindhouse tweet. I'd argue games are still a problem for Xbox. Nobody's buying hardware for a pipeline. And that pipeline includes what? Third-party games that you're going to get already? A pipeline of Activision, a Call of Duty? They ruined the reliability with, we're sorry. It's not at launch. They're already doing it with Forza. Drift and drift modes and drag racing is not at launch. We had to focus on the tracks. Dude, this is the longest it took for you to make a Forza game. 7 goddamn years. You used to come out with them every 2 years with that in there. The last one was the first time since Game Pass, so you're like, oh, we'll come later. Well, you also had the roulette table that you had to take out of that last Forza as well, because you were trying to monetize the game. More so. With the randomness and the boosts that you wanted to put in Forza. You had to fix that. But Redfall, Halo, we're sorry. Not at launch. We can do better. You lost your reliability. Nobody trusts you. You need to prove quality and majority of consistency in your games to get people even wanting to buy. And I put specifically any hardware. I didn't put Xbox hardware. I put in my tweet any hardware because that's the point. All the I'm sorries, the games not coming out and missing features at launch, missing expectations of franchises that have been going on for some time. It's not going to get you not only not wanting to buy an Xbox, it's not going to get you even wanting to buy a PC to play Xbox games or getting a Windows phone getting a phone to subscribe to Game Pass. That's the thing. Great games will move not only consoles, but your services as well. Phil said no. Phil says, what did Phil say about great games? What did he say, everybody? If he just focused, then actually I'll let him say it. What did he say?
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
That's a problem. And I said that when he said that quote. Great games will, yes, you could say, well, it's not going to just change the console immediately. No, it's not. Over time, it might. But you got to start with great games. You can't just go out there, grab some ass, sign some tattoos, shake hands, say, look at booty, look at booty, look at booty, look at booty, look at Phil, look at Phil, look at Phil, and not release games. And when the games come out, they suck. They're missing features. They don't set the tone for what the console should do, the promises that you made. Without the games, you've got nothing. You're not going to sell hardware, any hardware. PC sales are down. You're not moving. Nobody wants to buy a PC to play Xbox games because Xbox games suck.
Oh no! We suck again!
Everything's we're sorry. It's not ready. Not at launch. We're take it on the chin. Yeah, take it on the chin. Nobody wants to play your game. Minecraft Legends was everywhere. It was a 68 on Metacritic everywhere. Nobody cared. Guess who's going to care? Spiderman 2 comes out. Guess what? It's going to move goddamn mountains. God of War sold huge. Spider-Man's going to be even bigger. And whatever the next Last of Us, the next thing from Naughty Dog, or coming from Santa Monica is going to be bigger. It's going to move units. It's going to move. It's going to make the narrative that this is the place to play games. You're not even in the conversation, dude. And that's the problem. Games are the problem. So when Bootleg Jez comes over here and does his statements out, it's not about the games because he talks about the pipeline. Go get a microphone and go interview anybody on the streets and ask them about the pipeline for Xbox. And they'll tell you, when's Spider-Man coming out? That's what they're going to say. Spider-Man's coming to PlayStation? Yeah, I got that. Nobody cares about the pipeline. Oh, Perfect Dark getting perfect help. Nobody cares. Oh, you know Herb Fable. I heard Fable was coming, right? Yeah, when? Oh, I don't know. Spider-Man comes out in October. Starfield. Oh, isn't that Bethesda? Is that an Xbox game? No, it's a PC game, dude. They're more concerned about Spider-Man than Starfield. Isn't that funny, Jacob? They're worried about Spider-Man owning and marketing of Spider-Man. Dude, that marketing is huge. Today, released a whole bunch of Funko Pops for Spider-Man. They got the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse coming out on TV, for downloading for the movie. Spider-Man plates, Spider-Man console in September, which is going to destroy September MBDs. Good luck, Starfield. Yeah, Matt Mine, it's in the pipeline somewhere. It's you don't even have years on the pipeline. Dude's talking about a pipeline. It's on track. Dude, it is out, Twan. They're on the verge of picking up Activision Blizzard. Games that everybody's still going to get for the next decade. Does it matter? Nope. Today, PlayStation revealed, and then this is what I mean. Look, $75 billion will give Xbox now, sole control over franchises like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Candy Crush, and others. They bought all these studios. In Exile, where's In Exile's new game? Bethesda, Blizzard, Activision making exclusive content. Oh, Activision's making exclusive content for Xbox? Bootleg. Whoa. Whoa, hit me with the, wait a second. Who's the editor on this one? Who was the editor on this article here? We need sirens here. Who's editing this article? Blizzard, wait a second. Didn't we just spend over a year and a half talking about exclusivity stuff? When did the Blizzard and Activision produce exclusive content for Xbox? When did this happen? The days of Microsoft's content drought are likely well and truly over. Who?
Shit.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Who?
Activate.
Who?
Activate.
It's over? It's over? Blizzard and Activision are making exclusive content for Xbox. Didn't we just fight over that? Oh, what? They're making it. Wait a second. Are they making a new Crash game? Because if I recall, a new Crash game came out in June, and I haven't seen one Xbox guy talk about it as a fan favorite for his Activision. They'll put in Crash and next to Aaron Greenberg all the time, grabbing ass. But they didn't put the Crash Band. Nobody played the goddamn Crash Bandicoot game that came out in June. So, okay, the gaming solved, right? The gaming problem solved, right? Where's Starfield, anyway? Where's Starfield?
That was sus.
But it's too late to make a big impact. You think? Dude, it was too late 4 years ago. When they launched the console with no goddamn games, it was too late. And like I said, borrow time. Time is goddamn up. But today, Sony said, we got 40 million units. And Microsoft don't share the numbers. But court documents, math, and something from ID at Xbox in Brazil suggests that it's around 20 to 23. Oh, we're in 23 million now. Because he wrote 20 plus million. We're into 23. Okay, gotcha. 2-1. And now he talks about the hardware strategy. We said that. In terms of hardware sales, PlayStation comes swinging, though. Microsoft announced yesterday Xbox hardware has seen another quarterly decline. Yep. Sony has a 2-1 advantage over the X and S, but it's worse than that. Quite bullishly, the S strategy in the early days on paper made a lot of sense. I agree there. It was a good way to get in the door. The S makes up a significant chunk of the Xbox. This is the caveat here. And see? He's admitting right here he was wrong. I thought it was a good strategy, but unfortunately, it seems to have come at the expense of more powerful, direct PS5 competitor, the X. Dude, it took him 3 years to figure that out. We said this when the S was launched. The S was a mistake. It was going to deter from the X. It was a Microsoft play that failed. And we're realizing now it hurts the X? Of course. We knew this. Third-party developers. And when we said this, when I said this, I was scalability. What does it matter? Oh. Yeah. Where's your scalability now? Where's your scalability now, fools? It's in the flute. You're playing that goddamn flute crap. Scalability. The dude with the beard. Beard of lies. So, is he saying that the problem with the hardware sales right now is that the S is hurting? Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right goddamn now. So he's saying that the S version will showcase the games at their worst. Much ado was made about the power gap between the 5 and the X at launch. On paper, the X is more powerful. On paper, keep saying it. Developers have begun more openly about the S. So remember, we did this last week. We did this on Monday about Booster being left behind. We know the problem with that. That's obvious. And Sony doesn't have to deal with SKU disparity.
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw, Melissa.
Melissa!
It's raw, come on.
What are you? What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
An
idiot sandwich.
Three of you are pathetic. You don't care.
I care,
You're
Chef.
way behind and you haven't got a fucking clue. Can we work together as a team?
Instead of targeting lower-end markets, Sony is plowing ahead with more pro-console reports. Yes, why not? 4K games struggle head in the clouds. Oh my God, where's that come from? Head in the clouds. Microsoft's horizontal expansion efforts were distracting from an Xbox console perspective, but I can't help but feel the cloud gaming has shouldered a large portion of the blame. Now, he says that they're being shifted for the cloud, these server blades. Remember I said the console's not built for you, the gamer, the console's been built for the server blades? He agrees on that. When you combine these expenses, so much like the Series S, xCloud gaming has been at the expense of the X. Microsoft hasn't really made any secret, in fact, that the cloud gaming powered by the X chips. One of Microsoft's biggest issues since launch has been stock levels. Dude, One of Microsoft's biggest stock levels, which have been dismal since before the pandemic began. After the pandemic, So he says that Microsoft now runs the risk of making PS5 the default console that everybody simply buys without second thought. The console all your friends have. Then, but this is where, see, this is the problem right here. This is the problem. The games. Your biggest IP. Microsoft's, this is a statement that should not have existed.
Oh no! We suck again!
This is the problem. Yes, it's true. Microsoft has taken itself out of the console market. If they're putting these things in the cloud and not shipping stuff, that's on them because that's what they want to do. Plus, they're not making games themselves to demonstrate. But this is the problem here where you see games are okay. No, that's Microsoft squandered Halo with perhaps some of the worst IP management in recent history of gaming, leaving it propped up essentially by Forza and racing game segment as the real only system seller. That is a statement, and that's true. That's damn true. But that's where it's faulting. Like, you cannot expect the hardware to move when they squandered their biggest IP after 7 years of waiting to make people wait more, and now is a ghost. That is the essential point. The hardware is not going to move based on Phil Spencer's good looks or his forehead. Just because Phil Spencer's a nice guy and takes a picture with you doesn't mean that that's selling millions of consoles, dude. Just because Phil Spencer does an interview and takes it on the chin, pause, means you're going to move consoles. You can't move consoles with executives and meetings and lunches and rooftop parties. You can't do that. It has to come down to the games and them squandering their biggest IP, their identity of their console, and abandoning it and dismantling the whole goddamn team and made 343 incompetent. That is the biggest travesty of all of this. That is not moving consoles at all. You see what Nintendo does to their IP in their movies. You see what Sony does to their IP in their stuff. They respect it. They treasure it. Spider-Man 2, they know that is big. That's why they're throwing everything at there. Here's a console. Here's a controller. Here's all the story elements. Here's all the actors. Here's all the craziness that's going to happen. They know it. They're not just trotting out Spider-Man, slapping on a 2 and saying, guys, you bought the first one. Just go out, buy this one. No. Sony's ramping up marketing. Meanwhile, you want to bring up Starfield? They're already dropping the ball with Starfield. It's been incognito. It's been erased from people's memories. They should be hammering that down as Bethesda's biggest game in 25 years. Comes out in 4 weeks. And we have the gameplay from June showcase, the 15 minutes of Todd Howard's cutscenes. And a goddamn cartoon. They're already dropping the ball. Mark my words right now. This game is coming in hot. They're already dropping the ball with Bethesda and Starfield. $7 billion later, you could say you're going to be saying the same thing next year about how Starfield was mismarketed. We're sorry. 30 frames at launch on console. Nobody's buying a console for Starfield. That's the worst place to play. That's my point. That's the point. Starfield at 30 frames should not be defended for Xbox fans. Starfield at 30 frames makes the case that you don't want to buy a console to play Starfield. That's the worst place to play Starfield. The best place is PC for Starfield. That's why all you capping clowns saying 30 frames is okay on an Xbox, it's okay. No, it's not. As a first party, because that is complete opposite to what we're seeing with Ratchet and Clank. And that's over a 3-year port. Sony made Ratchet play better on a PlayStation and has the PC having optimization stuff. I don't think it's on purpose. It's just that I said the software was built for the hardware. It's the opposite for Starfield. The console is not the showpiece. The X is not the staple and showpiece for Starfield. It is the place where it plays worst. It will play better on PC. That's why these idiots capping for 30 frames, dude. You're idiots. You're basically undermining the platform of choice that you have. So he's saying they need to shift their hardware back to stores because the reason why hardware's dead is because Microsoft's putting it in the cloud. But guess what? It's not all doom and gloom. No, you got to have an upbeat. It's Windows Phone Central. You got to have a twist. But it's not quite as dire as you expect. 21 million consoles grab FIFA, Fortnite, and Call of Duty microtransactions. It's okay. Microsoft makes money. Yay. Yay. They make money. It's not all doom and gloom. Microsoft's still making money on Fortnite. Yay. Yay. They put Halo face down, ass up in the ET hole, but they make money on Fortnite microtransactions. Yay. Yay. Well, guess what? Halo's exclusive to Xbox. It's the identity of Xbox. Fortnite, FIFA, and Call of Duty are everywhere. Microtransactions are made everywhere. So this is not an Xbox benefit. Everybody's making money on FIFA, Fortnite, and Call of Duty microtransactions. Everybody is. Everybody is. Sony, Nintendo, PC, everybody's making it. So this is not an Xbox W. This is just part of the game, dude. This is the part of the crew. So how is that a turnaround for an Xbox? How is that good for Xbox when everybody's making money on those microtransactions of multi-platform games, but their hardware, their main games that they make only on their platforms sucks? That's what I mean. It's not, this is the logic. The only way to talk good about Xbox is to talk good about Microsoft and them making money on obvious things. 21 million consoles getting Fortnite FIFA. Dude, that's not helping you get games, dude. Everybody's doing it. Sony's selling 40 million consoles, making money on FIFA, Fortnite, and Call of Duty, and releasing Spiderman 2, and releasing VR 2, and releasing Cold, and releasing God of War, and GT7, and everything else, and exclusive games with Final Fantasy, and service games, and. How is this a good thing for Microsoft that they're just like, oh yeah, well, they're just getting by with FIFA, Fortnite, and Call of Duty money? And there's your problem. And Microsoft not selling consoles, you're going to get more of this. Square Enix, not and other big games skipping Xbox, but you have to see it from their point of view. And this is where I agree. If I'm Square Enix, 2 versions of Final Fantasy, which compromises the artistic vision with an underpowered S. So the S, yeah, I agree with him. Exactly. This is what we said from day one. You're coming in there with 21 million consoles versus 40, 2-1, and you're expecting developers now to bend over backwards and make 2 versions of their game for the lowest install base. You don't have the leverage. You don't have the mind share. You don't even have, you're going to have to pay more for that, Microsoft, and they don't want to pay more for that. That's the problem. As long as Bing's okay, right, Ryan? That's right. And right, they will have to pay more money to develop for an S version, and probably it won't sell to make that money back. Is it worth it? The vast majority of AAA publishers on the high end do support Xbox, even without Game Pass deals. But as the gap widens between platforms and the S lags further and further behind, the future will be becoming more and more difficult to predict. And think about it. I really think, this is the thing I was thinking about just now. Hot off the presses, Grinders. I think a PS4 Pro destroys the S. Xbox S then is obliviated. Is obliviated. It's done. I think if Sony releases, I think by Sony releasing a PS5 Pro, it hurts Xbox. It hurts the S. Because now developers will targeting even higher, making the S seem even more obsolete. That's why I think it's a strategy by Sony to keep moving the hardware needle forward, because knowing Microsoft has to bring along that appendix of a Series S. That's why I think the Pro is a strategy by Sony to ensure people don't jump to PC, because remember, the PS4 Pro existed so people wouldn't move to PC. That's what Sony said during that thing, right? But if Sony drops a PS5 Pro, they got their PS5 that everybody's targeting right now. They do a PS5 stronger Pro. Sony's moving the needle in console hardware. Microsoft, if they want to drop a Series X2, the problem is they got to carry Booster behind. And eventually they're going to have to drop Booster. Because and guess what? We've seen this before. Remember the Xbox One S? Do you remember that one? The little white box that was all digital, the all digital 1S, the sad edition? Do we remember that? Do we need to go? Do we need to go back in time, Grinders? The sad edition. Do we need to go see? Remember the sad edition Xbox One? It was sad. because it ran games like trash. Remember at the end of the generation, you were getting Last of Us 2 on the PS4. You were getting Ghost of Tsushima. And the sad edition Xbox was the one left out in the cold. Microsoft was pushing the X. Remember the sad edition? You remember? Any grinders? You remember the Xbox One sad? Yeah, right? The digital Xbox S all digital edition. The sad edition. How could we forget? Remember how that was like, and by the end, once they did the X, that sad edition was, Digital Foundry was just laughing at that thing. It was so, because it was based off the old LG Xbox, ES RAM stuff. The Xbox One sad, right? Well, like I said before, this series console is a goddamn remaster of last generation. We're back at 2-1. The PlayStation 5 Pro is going to come out, and it's going to make the Series S. We'll have the Series SAD. We'll have the double S SAD. Grinders, you got it right now. New term. You'll have the SS SAD. The SS SAD you will have. The Xbox Series S SAD Edition. The double S SAD. The SS SAD. I say it again. The SS SAD. We'll have it again. And that Pro is going to make devs make more PlayStation 5s. Because PlayStation 5 will be at 50, 60 million. The Stuttering Sad Edition. Right? This Satya Stuttering Sad. That's what we're going to have. The Stuttering Satya Sad Edition. Right? Satya's already marketing it. He was already alluding to it. We're stuttering. Let me fix my thing here. The Sad Edition. That's what's going to happen. The Pro will put it out. The Super Sad Edition. The PS5 Pro will put the Series S even further behind. And Phil wants to say, well, our 1X is it? Well, you could say all you want. Your 1X is your mid-gen refresh. Well, Sony's going to move the market forward with their PS5 Pro. And the Series S will be even further behind. And devs, just like with Bootleg saying, the S will lag even further behind. And they'll have to drop it. Or put it as not as a requirement anymore. You can make a Series X game without having it same as the S. Dude. There you go. But here you go. This is where I think this is wrong here. Microsoft has fixed the content library gap with its studio acquisitions. But if games like Starfield make the Series X and S desirable to regular customers, Microsoft will have enough stock to meet them. So he's saying, so are we already damage controlling that Starfield's not going to move consoles? I think that's, I think that's more the purpose of this article, everybody. I think we know from a gaming perspective, Starfield is not considered a console seller. Unless they do a bundle or something. But I think we're already pre-damage controlling that, oh, well, don't expect Xbox to win NPDs when Starfield comes out because they're putting their consoles in the cloud. They don't have enough stock to meet the demand. Is that what we're doing here? Is that let me get this straight. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're pre-damage controlling Microsoft not moving consoles in the biggest game they ever had coming out, supposedly? We will see. We will see. Hit that like button, grinders. But there he goes. So I think that's the point of this whole thing. But he does forget, though. Do we forget, though? What's breaking news? What happened? But do we forget, though, that they also have they have a console coming out in September, right? A brand new Series S. They have a brand new Series S. coming out in September. That's not going to move numbers? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? This is the breaking news, everybody. Final Fantasy 14 is coming to Xbox. Oh my God. Are you seriously telling me that Final Fantasy 14? This is the announcement that you're telling me? Look at him. He's getting all those old ass games? Is that old 14? Is that the news? I thought he was getting 16. This is the breaking news. He got 14? Oh my, are you serious? Jesus Christ. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something here. Where is it? Where is it? Dude. He promised Final Fantasy 14 to Xbox in 2019 when they were dropping the whole online required for online play. Do you remember? When they dropped online play, the Xbox Live required for online play, he was saying, oh, now I want to bring Final Fantasy. 2019, they promised it. We are 4 years later. He's guaranteed. Dude, Phil Spencer, he made his promise in 2019. Jesus. Phil Spencer announced, look at this. 2019, November 15th. Final Fantasy 14 is coming to Xbox One. What are we doing here? 4 years later. Xbox fans will be able to enter Final Fantasy 14 brought to Microsoft to Game Pass subscriptions sometime early next year. The Xbox Game Pass broke this on Xbox Inside Xbox 2019 event in London, with the company announcing a whopping 40 games being added to Game Pass. They announced this in Xbox X019. According to The Verge, Final Fantasy will be released alongside several other regarded installments. The Grindhouse never forgets. They announced this, that it will be coming. Look at the article. XO 2019. What are we doing here? Welcome to 2019. Holy crap. That was the news? Jesus. Man, they're digging in the trenches. Jesus. I was like, it's not there already? Jesus. Is it I guess it has to go to Game Pass, right? Jesus. Oh, we're back with Final Fantasy games. Oh, man. He's back. Final Fantasy's back. Oh, my goodness. This is hilarious. One step forward. Good job. Congratulations, I guess. Yay. Final Fantasy 14 online. Dude, they're like in the Stone Ages right now. You got 16 that just dropped. You have friggin' Final Fantasy Reborn, Rebirth, the Final Fantasy 7 remake. That's the ones that people want to play. Jesus. Oh, man. This is a friggin' game.
Oh no! We suck again!
Congrats! Yay! He's back in business with them. Yeah, good job, dude. You announced this in 2019. Jesus. What news? Oh yeah, let's hear the marketing
We
line.
look forward to building on the relationship that we've established in bringing Final Fantasy XIV to Xbox and partnering closely with you and the Square Enix team on future games. We deeply respect the rich legacy of Square Enix, and we look forward to building on the relationship that we've established in bringing Final Fantasy XIV to Xbox and partnering closely with you and the Square Enix team.
Final Fantasy 14. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Is it coming to Game Pass? Because that's the next question everybody wants to know. Well, it's a service. Is it? I get. Is it coming to Game Pass? Oh my god. Is that the next question? I don't even know. Holy crap! It's. Did you see when it's coming out, dude? What? Oh my god, he's still gotta wait another whole fucking year. He's gotta wait a whole year. What are we doing here? That shit should be dropping tomorrow. The next week. It's coming out spring 24. Come on. Oh my god. It's coming out spring of next year. That thing should come out this weekend. It should come out tomorrow. He promised it in 2019. Let's go. Oh, is it even? I don't even think it's coming to Game Pass. They're not going to buy it anyway, Phil. You can go grab ass all you want over there. Spring. Oh, just under a year later, it's coming out in spring 24. I thought that shit was dropping right now. It was promised in 2019 in London. Jesus. Wait, I got it. I think that's a good note to end it on, dude. Hey, congratulations to them. Good job. But Phil Spencer and his MO never fails. Where is it? Who knows if it don't get delayed? To E3.
Wait, just wait till E3. There will be a showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Bootleg Studios helping with Perfect Dark. Give me your subs, give me your money with 4 games. It's all on Game Pass. Filmers is real, we need the company. Trust me, it's all on Game Pass. Let me sign your letter.
Oh man, what a show. What a showpiece. Congratulations. Just like what Toolman said, in just a shade under half a decade. just dude. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. See you next year. Oh my goodness. What news, Phil? Yeah, that does count as Spiderman 2. Spring. Dude, that thing should drop right. That should have been a stealth drop right now. They said it in 2019. Jesus. Well, anyway. Grinders, what a show. Hit the like button. We had over 300 and something people here on a Friday. Woo. Well, congrats to them. Good job. I'm sure you're going to get 16 Rebirth and everything else coming from Final Fantasy. What a partnership. What a deal. Phil Ness. Working out old-ass games, dude. This is the man of old-ass games. Good job. And it's not coming to Game Pass, I guess. I don't know. Phil Spencer. Tout him out like Mickey Mouse. Hey, guys, we here. Oh, boy, Final Fantasy 14. Oh, boy, yay, remember that? Oh. Okay. That's going to move consoles. Not 13% now. And Xbox even said they don't even think Starfield's going to move consoles. They said it in their financials. They said it. But hey, man, hit that like button, share that. Did I miss any chats? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. Nope, I got everybody. Thank you again, Grinders. Hit that like button, share it out. Gaming Grindhouse Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Welcome to all the new VIPs. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you. Have a great weekend, and talk to everybody soon. Oh, wait, what's this? Tom Warren status. What's this? Oh, yeah, the emulation stuff. I'll talk about that on Monday. Yeah, banning people. But thank you again, everybody. I'm going to leave you because it's all on Game Pass, except Final Fantasy 14 is not on Game Pass. That would be a nice game to give out with Xbox. Well, it doesn't need Xbox Live anymore. But it's not on Game Pass. But since it's not, we'll just give it a song anyway. Let's go.
Oh, and second up too. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass.
Oh, and by the way, sorry, before everybody leaves, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 does require a separate monthly subscription to play in addition to buying the game. So, that's what you just said. So subscribe for another game. Oh, man. Good night, everybody. Oh, wait, what is this thing? Open beta. What? Wait a second, guys. I had to stop the song. More details in this thing. It's coming to the Series S and X with faster loading, 4K support on the X. So no 4K on Booster. Again, Booster left behind. And open beta is scheduled for patch 6.5 in spring. So it's going to launch in 24 in open beta. Oh, damn. And a digital-only release. Yes. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Good night, everybody.
Oh, and second up too. Games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last.